3. Episode 3, baby. 3 is the magic number.
Let's go.
Woo! Episode 3.
Do you want to restart?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the... Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the Beyond the Challenge podcast.
You are now listening to the Beyond the Challenge podcast, brought to you by the Challenge Program, Inc.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Challenge podcast, our third episode in our new rebranded era for the Challenge Program, Inc. I am Dasha, the marketing assistant, and we have...
Wyatt, the marketing intern, or one of the marketing interns here.
Oh, yeah. Round of applause for Wyatt.
Episode 3, baby! Episode 3!
Let's go!
3. Yes.
In this episode, we are going to be talking all about getting ready for a job, an internship, a co-op opportunity.
Yes.
Whatever the case may be, we're going to try to help you get prepped and prepared for your new beginning when you start your new job and getting into the workforce.
Yes, yeah.
But, of course, we're going to start out with our fun segments, and then we'll get into our main topic, which, like I said already, is getting prepped and ready for the job.
Yep.
But our first segment is What's Poppin'? In this segment, we literally just talk about what's happening in the world, pop culture, things like that. But I will say, when we were collectively planning this out a little bit, there's really not that much happening in the world right now.
There's not that much going on in pop culture,
Not to spring this upon you, because we did not talk about this, but I think like 6 hours ago it was reported that the Pope passed away.
Really?
Yes, the Pope. Is this your first time hearing?
This is my first time hearing this.
Breaking news. I broke the news to Wyatt. Yes, Pope Francis. Oh, R.I.P. because I also went to St. Francis as like the college, so very loyalist.
He was just doing so good. Wait, I gotta look this up now.
No, he's been down bad for a while.
No, but he was starting to get better.
Yeah, no, he was, because he was out and he was talking. He like did stuff the day before.
Holy crap.
So yeah, so
wow,
that has happened in
I
pop
didn't know
culture.
that. R.I.P. That's horrible.
Yeah, so our deepest condolences to Pope Francis, his family, the community, the religion, everything as a whole.
Yeah, there's not much really going on in pop culture. I mean, Easter just happened.
Yes.
Easter just happened, so yeah. What'd you do, Dasha? What'd you do for the Easter holiday?
For Easter, my mom hosted, so we had... I thought my grandma was coming, but she was doing her own thing, so my grandma, unfortunately, did not make it. But my cousins and then my aunts and uncles, so a good little crowd, came to our house, so of course we had to do the classic, like, clean like nobody lives there, so we had to clean, food prep, and all that. But besides the prepping and everything, it was a really good time. We dyed eggs. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of doing crafts, but... it was a grand old time. Our eggs looked pretty. I love a good hard-boiled egg, too, so that was a win-win. So it was just family, hanging out, playing games, stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds nice, yeah.
So, yeah, how was your Easter, Wyatt?
Mine was good. I mean, I went up to my cousins and all my family was there, and it was really nice, you know. I liked it. We ate some good food, of course, some good food, and I had some candy. And then after my little cousin, he had his, I don't know if it was his first... but he's 2 now. But I don't think he was able to have his first Easter egg hunt last year.
True, yeah, that'd be pretty.
I don't think he was able to, but maybe he did. I don't remember. It was last year. But we did a little mini Easter egg hunt for him, and he was finding with him. It was funny, and then he had like this big bucket that he could put them in. Okay.
Yeah.
And so. We went inside and he was opening them all. He was more fascinated with like the eggs.
Oh yeah, it's a classic like pet story. They like the box more than the toy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was like messing around with them, like throwing them around and throwing them on the floor. And there was like a bunch of like coins and like there was candy and everything. He was more fascinated with all the eggs. It was funny.
Classic. Yeah. Was the egg hunt just for him, or was this a whole crowd?
No, it was mainly just for him. I mean, we were out there. There was 2 glitter eggs for myself and my other cousin, who's a little bit older than me. Mm-hmm. So the adult children, you could say that's what they said.
Yeah,
adult
classic.
Children, you can get one of the glitter eggs.
Nice.
And there was a little bit of money in there. So yeah, I mean some candy would have been nice, but I'll take the money. Yeah.
Hey, it sounds like best of both worlds.
I prefer the money. Thank you.
Oh, I was literally about to be like, you said candy over money. But you got both, because you said you had candy already.
Yes, I did have some candy before. So
okay,
yeah.
Rockin' best of both worlds. I recently just saw a TikTok, and it was either during Easter or post-Easter, but it was a video of this family, and they only had one little kid or niece or something. So it's this girl egg hunting, and it's just all of them flocking behind her, like, trying to help her, and I thought of that situation
It's
for
like,
your...
okay, get that one over there. No, get that. No.
Yeah, one of the comments was like, how many times did she hear, look over here, look over there, and I just thought that was funny.
Oh my God, that is how it was yesterday, because he was like... He would, like, go to one, and then he'd, like, miss one, and he'd be fascinated with something else instead. It was hilarious.
Classic. So there's probably, like, 10 eggs, and it probably took him, like, an hour.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, I just mean, like, it could...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the video.
No, I just mean for you.
No,
like,
yeah.
He's getting sidetracked so much.
Yeah, and that makes me think of, like, our boss. She told a story of how she had, like... She has like a big family. She has a big family.
She has a big family with lots of kids.
She has a big family, and there's lots of kids and everything. And so there was like 300 some eggs hidden. Mm-hmm. Some of them had money too. Mm-hmm. Her family found 211 of them. So there's a good bit still out there in her yard. So we'll have to see if she finds the rest of them. But she said she's gonna go look for them. So there's a good chunk of change.
That's
there
enough
too,
for a regular size egg hunt.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
If there's only a couple
That's
people.
that's good for like a few kids.
Yeah, easily. So
there's like 80 some probably. Like
yeah, around that area.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's all the time.
But yeah,
it's all the time. So we want to wish you all a happy Easter, even though it already happened. So we hope you had a splendid, wonderful, relaxing, rejuvenating time, and just enjoy the springtime too. So wishing you good vibes in the new season of life and changing.
Yes.
Out in this planet.
But Dasha,
yes.
Easter isn't the only thing going on.
Okay.
There's something else going on with TCP.
And what might that be?
That is our Crystal Owl Gala that will be happening next week, right? Yeah, next week. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think that's already going to be next week.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that was talked about when I first started, and it was like, oh, this big thing that's going to be coming months away.
Down the road.
Months, and then it's here now.
Boom.
So, what happens at the Crystal Owl, Dasha?
I'm literally just going to throw it to you, but you're throwing it to me.
I'll throw it to you this time.
So, the Crystal Owl Gala is a big, fancy event. That's what I'm going to call it, because you can wear, like, ball gowns, prom dresses, suit and tie, the whole 9 yards, basically. So, a black tie event, and where we all get together as the challenge program, and collectively we have some of our business partners, our educators, but then the reason that we're mainly there is to celebrate our students. So our community service winner, she will be there, or he, but in this year it's a she. She will be there. Then we'll have our top 10 for our student of the year. I don't think all of them are going, but they're all invited and are welcome to join. So I think we're having 7 out of the 10. So basically the whole event is just to celebrate, support, and recognize our student of the years, our commitment to community service winners. And just a big event to really get together collectively, get to know each other, bond, and just honestly represent and recognize our winner. And then, of course, the biggest thing about our gala is that we do end up selecting our student of the year.
Yes, we find out who student of the year is. Yep.
The actual winner. Yes. And they get to go home with $2,500.
Yes,
so
that's pretty good. And I mean, we're gonna be there. We'll be behind the scenes. We'll maybe give you guys a little peek into it, but you'll have to stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking that. I was like, man, the marketing team is going to be so busy because we're not only going to have to create, like, I'm going to say real content because we're going to be doing a vlog, so keep your eyes peeled open for that. But then we got to do stuff in the real moment. We got to be like, this is who won, and look at these fun outfits that we have on, and look who's here, and yada yada. So it's going to be a super fun day. I just already feel the good vibes radiating from the day.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like we're gonna get a good bit of content there.
Oh yeah, and
so make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that. To check all of our socials for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would say that's really what's happening in pop culture. Easter.
That's all I can really think of. Yeah.
The Pope and the gala.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So now we're going to move into our next Sunday segment, and that is called Just Asking. Where I literally ask a random question. Now, today's question, we'll say it's more related to our podcast topic, but in other episodes, we've literally done, like, what reality TV show would you be in?
Yes,
so,
that was an interesting one.
That was fun. That was a good one. But for today's question, it is, if you could do any job internship, what would it be? Not the one you're currently in right now. It's not an option. So it could be a dream job or it can be realistic. So Wyatt, what dream or different job would you be doing right now if you could be?
If I could be, I would love to be a broadcaster. I mean, more specifically, if you guys know me, which Some of you might. I'm big into pro wrestling, and so I would love to be a pro wrestling announcer or commentator. That is like my jam, and that's something I would love to do. But
You'd be good at it too.
I feel like I would. Just come on. But I would love to be in the broadcasting field in any way. So like if it's like news or like a different sport, like I would love to be in part of that somehow. So that's probably what I would say. Anything in like the broadcasting world. I'm curious. What would yours be?
I don't really know what you would collectively put it in or call it as, but I've always wanted to work for the brand Nike. I always loved Nike. Like in my day-to-day life when I don't have my work clothes on, even though I actually have Nikes on right now, because I am keeping it business casual. Yeah. But I would like to either, I don't really know if I'd be great at designing a shoe. I mean, I know what a good shoe looks like.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd have the execution to design a good one. But I would love to do something with marketing, promotion.
Yeah, I was going to say like a creative director, like marketing.
Yeah, because I always loved their Nike ads, especially like the women's Nike Olympics ad. Ooh.
I have not seen that one. I don't remember that one.
Your life hasn't been changed. I mean, it was mainly only promoted during the Super Bowl and the Olympics. So.
Yeah.
But it was fire. It was so good. So I just love how they're able to take such a simple brand, literally sports athleisure, and able to turn it into a brand, a unity, a market, and tell stories through it. Because it's literally just a product, but then the people who put it on are what make the product. And so I find that cool and fascinating. So I would do something with Nike, maybe marketing, acquisition, something along those lines. So yeah. So that was that segment. And now we're going to be moving on to our third segment, and it is called The Challenge Question. And this one also is going to be correlating quite closely to our main topic. So the question is why? I'm going to throw it to you.
All right.
Why should students start prepping for the real-world opportunities while they're still in school? So why should they start prepping for when they're going to get a job?
Well, I mean, one, it's just smart. I mean, it's pretty smart to start preparing when you can, but you don't want to be unprepared.
Yeah, it's better to be prepared than under, because
like you're gonna be your senior year, like if you're a senior, I should say, if you're a senior, you don't want to be unprepared because I mean I can speak from experience. Like right now, like it's going by like that. Like the senior year
flies by.
Exactly. So if I wasn't working here, I don't know what I would do. I mean, sure, I'd probably be going to college, but then, I mean, I got to make money somehow and everything. Like, I mean, I don't know what I'll do. And so you got to prepare for it. And you just, it's just smart, but also it's just, I'm trying to figure out how to say it.
Yeah, it's like useful. Like,
yes,
it's not like a skill that's going to be wasted.
Exactly.
Like, even if you don't need to if you don't have to get a job right now, like being prepped, being ready, showing on time, like basically all the things that TCP does, like building habits, showing up on time, working hard, taking the initiative, like those are good to get a job, but they're also just good in general daily lives. So
and plus,
of course,
like, it'll help you like if you do it now, then you'll be more prepared for when you do actually get a big job or like it's like your dream job or something, or even like with college, like that'll help you even more with college. So like it's very useful to get started when you can because it'll help you throughout your life, not just in this one part of your life.
Yeah,
it'll help you throughout.
Yep. Yeah, we're always transitioning, whether that's a new grade, you're graduating, you're going to college, you're going to the workforce, whatever the case may be. It's always good to be prepared. And I will say that every change is different, like 9th grade to 10th grade, 11th to 12th, that's already different. But I will say a huge change, and that's why a lot of people, I don't want to like knock it, but like people drop out of college just because they were not prepared for the change. Like school used to come to them really easy, and now they have to study. And so that was something they didn't prep for. But then also time management, we said it again and again before in our other podcasts, but that is such a huge learning curve when you go to college because you don't have somebody and you don't have a bell ringing every 40 minutes or however long the period is, like saying, oh, I need to get to point A to point B. Like, if you want to skip that class, you really can skip that class. Now, do we recommend it? No. You're paying for it, so not only are you losing money, but you're losing out on what you could have been educated on. So that's the really hard thing. And so if you just start prepping now, if you like get a job or you start prepping to get one, you're like, oh, I do have this commitment. I have this meeting. I do need to show up on time. Oh, maybe if I do ask more questions or take on an extra project, then maybe I can get that raise, that upgrade, whatever. So if you just start now, it slowly will trickle into your life and build on, and you'll just be more prepared.
It'll get easier too. I mean, if you start now, then the transition to college will be a lot easier. The transition between jobs, like if you leave a job and go to another, it'll be pretty easy. for the most part. I mean, you're used to it now, so then if you do it now, you'll get used to it, and then it'll be a lot easier for when you do other things, different opportunities.
Yeah, it's like second nature. Like
Exactly.
if you're good at showing up on time for high school, then like college, you're like, oh, this is easy. And now my class doesn't start till 9:45.
Yeah.
Like, hello, that's amazing.
Get a few extra hours.
Yeah, no, that's great. So yeah, if you just stay consistent, then it's easier to continue and stay. So we're gonna move into our fourth section, and basically we already started, but we're going to be talking about preparing for the workforce. So we already started kind of answering why it is important, but basically prepping for a workforce or a job is important because it shows maturity. And I will say, if you aren't prepared, even in the job interview, they're obviously going to ask about your time management, how you feel about this, how you execute this way. And if you have things already, like, oh, back in high school, I used to do this, I volunteered for this, I was never late, I never missed the bus, whatever the case may be, like, you're already a more shoe-in for that interview just because you've already been practicing how to prepare for work for when you literally go.
It'll help you prepare better for it.
So when you are more prepared, then employers get to see what they actually want. So here are some things that employers are looking for, and the great thing is that these are soft skills, and so you don't have to sit down, you don't have to read a textbook every day to learn up on them. You literally just kind of have to do them and put them into practice. So of course, employees, the workforce, and really, quite frankly, anybody, I would argue and say people like to look for a good attitude, effort, and that the potential that you have. And yeah, I mean, you may not be good at a job, or you may not think you're qualified for it, but most of the time people get the job and then they can train later. But they can't train you how to be a decent human, how to be a good work. Like, those are just natural things that come to you, either easily and naturally or with time and effort. So
I feel like those things are a little bit more valuable too. I mean, obviously you want someone to do a great job at the job itself, but also, I mean, you gotta be a good person to do it. You gotta have the work ethic to do it. You gotta have the skills and everything. You gotta have good communication, good attitude, good effort. So I mean, if you can't do that and you're good at the job, then I don't know. And if you want, because you mentioned soft skills, if you want to learn more about soft skills, check out our last episode of our podcast. You can learn more about them and hear a few other examples. So
classic.
Check it out.
We love a good guilty plug. Of course we're going to do it. Check
it out.
And I mean, granted, we are biased, but that was a very useful topic because I don't think if I was in high school, I would have really known what soft skills are. I probably would have had a concept of them.
I didn't.
But I would not have been able to talk about it and know what they are. So Wyatt, I'm going to put you on the stand a little bit here. And you already list a whole bunch of them in general that I think can apply. But what are some things, and this is kind of an interview question because sometimes it's easier to talk about the things you're bad at. Oh, I'm not good, I'm not creative, whatever. But an interview question is list some things that you're good at. It's easy to be negative, but sometimes it's hard to be positive about yourself. So I'm going to throw it to you, Wyatt. What are some things that you do in your current internship here that you think you do well, that if you're moving on to another job, that you can take over with you, some things that you're prepping for the next step if you had to?
Yeah, I feel like a big skill that's helped me out here is collaborating and working with a team. I mean, me and you constantly, Damien too, and our boss, we're always coming up with different ideas, and so I feel like getting that experience will really help me in whatever my future may entail. Because I feel like no matter what job you are, you're going to be collaborating with people. You're going to be getting new ideas, fresh ideas, and get another opinion on stuff. So I mean, like I said, no matter what, you're going to be working with people, and so I feel like that's very, very helpful. Is getting to work with a good team, getting a good teamwork, and I mean, I feel like that's really important. Really important.
Yeah, and I think you execute that very well. Whether we're having a good day, a bad day, whatever. Like if we're having a bad day personally, or I guess you could say the office, which we don't really have bad days here. But whatever the situation is, no bad days. You're very good at being open, collaborative. So that was one. Do you think you could come up with two more?
Oh boy, two
more. And if you
more.
can't, I can come up with a whole bunch for you too.
Two more. All right. So I said teamwork. I feel like obviously, I mean, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I mean, communication. Communication is key, because if you can't communicate well, then you really can't do the job. I mean, obviously, some people they're more introverted. And I mean, that that's completely fair and that's completely fine. But you also need to communicate your thoughts on something. Like if there's something you strongly believe in for example, like if we strongly believe in something for a video, we need to communicate that. Or if we have a different idea, we need to communicate that, because then that could lead to you not enjoying what you're doing, not liking a certain thing. And so I feel like that is very, very important. I gotta think of another one now.
You do it every day, I think. Maybe once you weren't, but you even let them know. Every day, before you even show up, basically. Well,
I mean, show up on time?
Yeah, I was saying, not really before, but it's right then.
Yeah,
so,
no, you got to show up on time. You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, some things may get in your way. Like, I mean, for example, there's been times where traffic has sucked, and I've gone every single red light, which kind of happened today. I got a few red lights, but that's besides the point. You just gotta let them know. You gotta let them know if something's gonna be in your way. And I mean, I feel like most would be understanding. Like I know here they're completely understanding. Like if traffic is crazy, or if I need to get gas, because sometimes I forget.
Yeah, or
like
a family
today,
situation.
Like today,
or anything.
exactly. Like if you have a family situation, they're gonna completely understand that. And so I feel like you got to show up on time, and you can't really be late, because if you're late to your job and everything, then or for your first job, like let's say you're in high school and this is your first job or whatever, and you're late to that, then how are you going to be when you get older? And if you're not showing up on time and putting the effort in, then how are you going to be in college? How are you going to be in this job and that job?
It all translates in
exactly.
snowballs.
It all trickles down. You could say it's like a domino effect.
Yep. Yeah. No, right on. And there's plenty more that we didn't mention, but
yes.
On time,
but
creativity, and communication.
Yeah.
Great answers. And these are all.
Do you have any that you can think of? I mean, you can just think of like one or two.
I mean, I was gonna say fun fact when you mentioned like showing up on time. So when I interviewed for this specific job I'm in right now, obviously I was doing all the prepping, like having a resume and practicing interviewing and knowing the questions that they might throw at me. But I literally showed up late to my job interview.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean late like 5 minutes. I mean like a half an hour. And I had a good reason, because I left my house with like 40 minutes to spare. Like I was gonna get here 40 minutes early, and that's already a good chunk of time. And I go to get on the exit and entrance, and I start to cruise on the highway. Skirt.
Yes.
Like 15 feet, I merge. A huge accident.
Yep.
I am panic city. I am calling. I'm sending photos. I'm sending emos. I'm sending voice memos. I mean the whole 9 yards. So they obviously understood that I could not control that. I told them in adequate fashion. Now, I might have been a little over the top, because I tell you,
there's a voicemail or whatever that has been saved that we have heard, and it's good. It's smart to call and leave a voicemail and let them know. But looking back on it now, it is a bit funny, I have to admit.
Yeah, no, because I was frantic.
Like, you can tell you're stressed.
Yeah, and I'm over here because I'm like they're gonna think this is a lie, and I'm on 22 westbound. I left my house at like 9:03. It says I was gonna get there at like 9:38. Like I literally had my whole story lined up.
The sad thing is that would be believable though with that exit.
Around that area. So.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So
yeah. But besides that, I would say I'm also usually pretty punctual. I would say us as a team, but then also I guess you could tap into me, is that we get things done on time.
Oh yeah.
Like when we have something, for the most part, like unless we're rescheduling the whole thing completely, but we have a video or we have the podcast and we say, because this is in the land of social media, you're always planning for the future, even not in social media, but like we always do a podcast Friday or every other Friday. So obviously this Friday will be a podcast Friday. So we know we have to get that done. So I think we do that very well, as in we get our stuff turned in on time. So those are just a couple quick things I can think about that help you not only in life, but prep for the future too. So now, I guess digging down a little more in deep, like how to actually get ready. So the 3 big takeaways to prep and get ready for a job is, 1, you're going to need a resume. Whether how detailed or how basic it is, you're going to need a resume. Because if you show up without, per se, not every job needs a cover letter, but it's helpful. But you're going to need a resume and a cover letter. And if you show up without one, you might as well just not even showed up. Yeah. It's like you showed up and you forgot your name. Something like that's the craziness level if you didn't have a resume.
Resumes are very, very important.
Yes.
I mean, it tells them your previous experience. It tells them about, I mean, if you're a high school student, I should say, it tells you about your education experience and everything. So it's very, very important. If you want to learn
I knew
more,
it was coming. I knew it was coming.
As soon as you said, the gears started to turn in my head of how to plug it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to.
We have to.
If you want to learn more about resume building, check out our latest YouTube video. It's our latest one.
Yes.
Yeah, at the time this comes out, it'll be our latest one. Check out our resume building video. That's one of our favorite videos.
It is, and it's not. I don't want to say it's not fun because it's fun, but it's a serious topic. Like we're just talking about resumes, but we made it fun. We had a good time, so we're proud of the video. So if you don't know how to make a resume, or if you want some extra pointers and tips, like Wyatt said, definitely check it out.
Plus, you get to see my cute and beautiful face the whole time.
Yes, the whole time.
The whole time.
Whether it's big in the beginning or it's in the little corner explaining everything.
Yes.
He's still there. You're not going to miss him.
Yeah.
And you get good bonus content about how to make a resume.
Oh, true. I mean,
best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, you get me and you get content about resume. Come on. I mean, what more can you want?
Cannot get any better. Get any better. So, of course, you're going to want to have a resume. And then you're going to have, like, I'm going to call it a little elevator speech or pitch. So you're going to want to be able to intro yourself and be like, hey, I'm Dasha, this is my education, I went to this school, I've done this activities, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to want to have a resume, a little intro about yourself, and then you're also going to want to talk to people and talk to teachers, mentors. They've all been through jobs, they've all done internships. They will have really, really good information on recommendations on how to prep for an interview too. So those are our, like, just quick top 3 little things on what you should do to just really start to get the ball rolling when looking and prepping for a job. And those are, once again, a basic resume or complicated, but we do recommend simple and basic. And it might have to be basic if you're only in high school. And then know how to give a little pitch about yourself, a little elevator speech, 30 seconds or more.
Practice it in the mirror. Okay.
And then also, don't forget to reach out to people that can help you. So, yeah. Let's see what we can chitty chat about next. So then, while you have that down, these are just real simple, real easy, but we're going to tie it back to TCP here. The great thing about all of our business partners and connections that we have is that for the third point, talking to your teachers or mentors, you can reach out to your business partner. Or you can check out our website and you could see, oh, I'm looking in the construction field. Oh, S&B. Perfect. They're one of our construction companies. Maybe I can reach out to them. Maybe I can reach out to somebody here at TCP, and then we can reach out to them and get you two contacted. So the great thing about prepping for the workforce is not only the things that you can do on your end, but the people and the things from the challenge program that we can do for you on your end also. We can reach out, we can get contacts, we can try to see if any companies are hiring, if they have internships. And a lot of the companies we partner with, they want to be partnered with us because they are looking for high school students. They're looking for internships. They're looking for different scenarios for younger people, not people that have been in the workforce for 40 years. So we highly, highly recommend, yes, this is a Goatee plug, but it's a helpful one that you have a whole bunch of resources at the tip of your finger, courtesy of TCP.
And like let's say your school has a business partner like GapVax or Highland Tank or SMB or whatever. If you want to be a part of them, like you see them at your kickoff assembly or at like a facility tour, you could say, or something. If you want to get in contact with them and you want that job and you want to know how to prepare for it, just ask them. Just ask them, I would like this job. I would like to, come in for an interview. Or like if you are coming in for an interview, just simply ask them. I mean, I think that goes for every job. Just simply ask them. Just ask them, what should I prepare for? What should I wear? What do I need? Like, I feel like that's a big important part, is just simply ask, because if you don't ask, then you may not know. You may not know anything. You may not know a little bit. Like, it's just important to ask.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about all of our connections too, we mentioned a lot more of the blue-collar options, but we are connected with technology companies, food companies, kind of like grocery store companies. Like, we are in a whole bunch of sectors. We have like the more blue-collar construction, then we have technology, then we have healthcare. Like, we're not just in your standard one-all, be-all. And the great thing is that if you're not feeling college, great. Neither are we. We got lots of options for you to join the internship, join the workforce. So that's the fun thing. And if you are looking for college, great. We can try to help you there too. We have lots of business partners that have been there, done the whole college thing. So We got lots of routes, lots of options. And I think the coolest thing about prepping for the workforce is that this isn't the end all be all.
Yeah.
Like, this is just literally getting the ball rolling, start thinking about having a resume, maybe getting it executed, maybe practicing interview questions with somebody, maybe researching the job, the sector you want to go into, or just watching a simple YouTube video on how to prepare for an interview, which, another go-to plug.
Dang it, you stole it from me.
I'm beating you this time.
You stole it from me.
We will also be doing an interview video here coming up soon in our Prepping for the Workforce video series. So if you want to do some video research, highly recommend checking out our content.
Check it out. Yeah.
So that's the beauty of prepping for the workforce, whether it's a big step or a small step, as long as you're taking the initiative to not only further yourself, but to get yourself prepped ready for the workforce. You're already good. You're already grand. You've already got the ball rolling. So that was our quick little preview about prepping for the workforce. Wyatt, just to throw it back at you here, can you name some things you did when you were prepping to go to your internship or the job that you'll have in college?
So, I mean, I knew some people here, and so networking guys. Yes.
Yep.
So, like, I asked them, what should I expect? What should I prepare for? Like, do I need a resume? Is a resume required? Is it recommended? All the things like that. And I mean, I made one. It might not be the best. I didn't have a resume building video at the time, but no. I just asked them, what to expect, what to need. And I also asked some other people. I also asked, like, some family members who, they may not have worked here, but they've had previous experience with other jobs. And so what should I expect? What should I wear? All that stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just, asking people, just trying to get information and just finding out, what is best, what can help set me apart, but can also, really help me stand out from the crowd and help me, be the best that I can be so I can get that job. So, yeah. Obviously, it's worked out. So, good.
He's here. He's landed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know for me, like, when I knew I had to have an internship for college, now granted, I've been working since I was like 15, so I already had some workforce under my belt, but internship, I was like, oh, this is new, this sounds daunting, like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't know why, I just thought being an intern was like the bottom of the barrel.
It can be stressful at first. I mean, when you typically hear about interns, like kind of like, like bottom of the barrel, but in reality, it's not.
No, it's literally just another job.
Experience is key.
And so I pushed it off, and then obviously you have to have it before you graduate. So
yes.
I did it my junior year, also going into my senior year, and I not only got the ball rolling on my end, but then I was in college, so we had career services. So if you are going the college route or even the workforce route, they might have career services.
Yes.
And I asked them, I was like, hey, like, I'm looking, and the place I applied to was really a full-time position, but then my school, along with myself, like, we communicated to the company and was like, hey, like, I can do the position you have open. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be full-time because I was still a college student at the time. So I really literally just reached out to them. We communicated back and forth. They're like, yeah, we'll keep the position open for somebody that can do full-time.
Yeah.
Well, sure, we'd love to have you as a full-time intern. And then it also translated into a good summer job for that too. Yeah. So just from me prepping, thinking about, resume, interviewing, all that good stuff, I not only got the internship, but then it also correlated into a summer job. And low-key, that's what it's looking like for you too. So that's the key thing is if you can get your foot in the door, and you can swing it open wide enough, the door usually stays open.
That is true.
For good, new, fresh opportunities.
And I mean, just from I would say the moral of your story is communication is key.
Communication is key, and prepping, and just literally getting started. Because if you don't start, you're not going to be going anywhere. And it's kind of like I always say, if you don't ask the question, it's a no already. Yes,
the answer is always no.
It's always a no already. So if you don't start prepping, if you don't start looking, you're not going to have the job. Unless it magically falls into your lap, which, much to great while that does happen, but not very often, especially as you get older. You gotta fight for what you want. You gotta work hard, put all the time and effort in. So that was our quick little wrap-up video on how to prepare for a job, an internship, a co-op opportunity. We greatly appreciate you listening and watching, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And have a good one.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Beyond the Challenge podcast. If you want to learn more about us, check out our website at tcpinc.org or check out all of our social medias. Thanks, and have a good one.